What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another edition of the Jaguars Fan Battle Podcast, joined by your hosts, myself, Matthew G, and Cody Cold. What's up, Cody?
What's going on, everybody?
You having a good week? Victory Tuesday?
Yeah, I mean, for the most part, it
Yeah.
it feels good to beat the Titans and then the Texans like back to back. That's pretty dope.
Yeah.
Especially coming back from that terrible 49ers loss, dude. It was
Oh
like,
my gosh.
yeah,
Yeah.
getting the hopes back up.
Well, Cody, as people may have seen on the wait.
Yeah, that's
right.
what I was waiting for. Figured we
Okay.
could kill some time real quick.
Yeah. Well, anyways, the Jaguars played away in Houston against the Texans this past week. Do you know anybody that actually had a chance to go to the game?
I do not. Which is, I mean, I don't know if Houston even knew they were having a game. As far as like the pictures that I seen in their stadium, that was crazy, man. That game meant a lot more than it looked like. You know what I mean? Especially to the people in this division or whatever. You know,
I had seen somebody on Twitter. It said something about like, and I want to say it was the guest that the Texans Fan Battle Podcast has often, but I think it was him who was saying something about the fans aren't showing up. Like they've got the tickets, they're not showing up. They've got a good product that's out on the field, but the team for some reason isn't getting support from the fan base that they should be getting. I could be totally off on that, but I think we'll have somebody that can help us clear that up.
I was just about to say, this person that we're bringing up, man, has been getting a lot of hate on Twitter recently. He's been on a blocking spree, actually, which I'm excited to ask him about too. Me and him made a bet because when the Texans go to Jacksonville, they just have this weird thing over us or whatever. And I felt like that game that they beat us in, whatever, was just comedy of errors is what I kept saying. That they had a fullback run 85 yards on us. That was just wild. Anyway, so I just had this feeling that like when we go to Texas, so whatever, the things are going to be different. And I was correct. So because of that feeling that I had, I made this bet with our sister channel over here, the Texans Fan Battle. A person who should answer for his crimes, this person says right here. So without further ado, I'm going to bring up Brown Chubby Bear, a.k.a. VT. What's up, man?
What up, what up, what up?
What's going on, dude? Go ahead.
I'm stupid. You're smart. I was wrong. You were right. You're the best. I'm the worst. You're very good looking. I'm not very attractive.
That was the bet that we had. The other person had to apologize, Adam Sandler style, from what was it, Happy Gilmore?
It's Happy Gilmore. Yeah, one of my favorite movies of all time.
And man, it feels so good not to be saying what you just said right there, because honestly, like y'all talking a little bit before this or whatever, but CJ Stroud is a good quarterback, and I'm going to say that live, and I'm going to stand on that, man. And to be honest, I was prepared to be humble. I was prepared to eat the pie. I didn't talk a lot of smack before this game because of the situation, but I just had this feeling, and ultimately it came true. So from the bottom of my heart, Texans, doink.
Listen, that was crazy. Like that was a pretty dang good kick. It's unfortunate for Texans that it just was literally that much off. But I mean, the guy had a leg. I believe he's not on the team anymore. Is that right, VT?
No, they just signed him back to the practice squad.
Okay, so who y'all putting out there for your?
I mean, most likely we will elevate him, but we were working out Brett Maher. So there's no report saying what happened, but we worked out Brett Maher, or at least we're supposed to today. So if something works out, we may sign him to the active roster. Right now, we've got Amendola on the practice squad.
Oh, and I just want to bring up another special guest, Sammy Football.
She just bounced.
Decided to be here and then leave, and then come back. Yep. All right, get better internet, Sammy.
Got that Cricket Wireless, huh?
Dude, so I'm a Georgia fan, man, and I seen CJ Stroud at Ohio State, and my first experience of his game was during the playoffs, which I was excited for Georgia to make a two-peat at the time, and he almost took my damn, hopes away or whatever. But at the end of the game, so I think Ohio State missed a field goal, or Georgia made one. I can't remember which one, but I know it was a
Ohio
field
State
goal.
missed. Ohio State missed.
Okay, I say, yeah, okay. So the same exact situation that happened to me during that playoff game just happened again this past Sunday, and so that's twice now that I've almost had a damn heart attack because of how good CJ Stroud is, which is, I mean, crazy to say, whatever. I'm excited about the division, being competitive. I don't like boring football, man, and that's what we had for like the better part of what's it been like 2 or 3 years now, or no
I mean,
team
I
is
think
really
it's been
like
more. In all reality, it's
Yeah.
been that way probably for 5 years. In all reality, I mean, I think it's safe to say that the NFC South is the new AFC South, and the AFC South is going to really be more competitive. Without the trolling, we can say that Levis, even though he's had one really good game and then a lot of mid games,
Yeah.
but if he develops and if they get a line, he should be better than Tannehill. And then AR, when he was out there, obviously for a very short period of time, but when he was out there, he looked pretty good himself. I mean, his escapability, his mobility are really good. Obviously, he needs to learn how to take hits. He's got to learn to slide. So he's got a lot of development in the passing as well. Pre-draft, I said that he would probably be the guy that takes 2 to 3 years till you could say he's a solid starter. But if you've got, you've got now pretty much a whole division worth of good quarterback play. You could see this be the AFC West, because everyone thought the AFC West was going to be
Right.
the hardest division, but it really hasn't been. I mean, Justin Herbert, I mean, obviously you can blame coaching there, but what are the Raiders doing? Russell
Right.
Wilson isn't Russell Wilson. I mean, yeah, he's doing better now, but he's not Super Bowl Russell Wilson. The only one you got there is Patrick Mahomes, really. But the AFC South could be the AFC West in all reality, and I think that could happen, man. I mean, we'll have to see what happens with Levis and with AR. AR obviously with his injuries, and Levis with building the team, because the Titans have a lot of building to do. They probably are the worst built team in the division at this point. But if we all have four quarterbacks, I mean, as well as I do, quarterback play can hide a lot of the errors that you have.
Yeah.
And if all 4 teams have franchise quarterbacks, this could be a bloodbath going forward for the next decade.
It's interesting coming into the season. If you were to tell me that AR-15 would not be the quarterback to worry about moving forward, I'd call you crazy. I mean, to be fair, I didn't do a whole lot of research into CJ Stroud coming in, just because, different draft pundits were saying so-and-so is better. I mean, remember there was one point in time people thought Will Levis was going to be drafted first. So there was a whole lot going on there. So it's interesting that we're sitting here now that CJ Stroud is actually the talk of the division as far as rookie quarterbacks go. And
is it my turn yet?
Oh, you ready to go, Sam?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm tired of hearing this niceness, brown chubby bear. I'm waiting for you to stand for your crimes and show us the receipts.
Okay.
Of the referees, where are they?
Oh, what would you like me to show? How bad the refs were?
No, I want the DMs. From the Jaguars fans who told you that the referees were bad.
Oh, I posted actually some of them. And then also, not to mention, not just Jags fans, but ex-Jags players. Fred Taylor was like, yeah, the Jags definitely got helped out a bunch. So you have ex-Jags players, which I reposted, right? You could go on my Twitter feed for that. You have Jags fans, which I actually sent you. And then you also have quarterbacks, like little quarterbacks from Green Bay and et cetera, like literally, I think 3 ex-quarterbacks that I posted on my timeline. These are all NFL players saying
Right, but
that the Jags were helped out.
But do you think that was only one-sided? Do you believe that the referees were only
I mean,
one-sided in that game?
exactly what I tweeted, right? The biggest thing that the refs missed out as far as what should have been called in favor of the Jags was the hold on Petrie that led to the Lawrence interception. Other than that, the issue was that every single time that Lawrence was having a drive, the defense kept getting bullshit PI calls. Then there was that 2 calls on Tank that shouldn't have, like one of them was illegal shift motion. That was an illegal shift. Then you have the call that where it was in, and then they ruled him out.
That
so
one
you
I'll agree with you on. That one I will agree with you on.
So you have
that wasn't a fucking catch.
If you look at the pictures of it after
the
fact,
pictures, it looks like it's a catch in the pictures or whatever, but the video, no, he didn't have control of the ball and his foot slid out. I set up a
no,
poll.
but this is the bullshit part about this, right? In the NFL in 2023, almost 2024, is how amazing it is for them to capture such pristine footage to overturn calls sometimes, yet not always. Like, why don't we have more sideline cameras that could catch that? Why,
this is a point that we've had guests that actually talked about this, right? So John McClain, for those that don't know, is a big Houston reporter. He's actually on the NFL Network sometimes. If you watch A Football Life, you may have seen him if you watch anything about the Oilers or the Texans or the Titans. Huge guy, and he came on and he basically said that depending on the game, they have different cameras, right? So in a primetime game, because of the audience that they have more cameras around. And
yeah, but that's such bullshit. It should be be part of officiating.
I agree.
Everybody has equal, cameras. They've talked about putting GPS stuff in balls so we can track that. I mean, I just don't understand with all the technology that the NFL has at its fingertips, at its disposal, and all the money, how this happens, because the biggest thing that I hate is this, right? Like the narrative. Oh, well, this team won because of the officiating, no matter who it is. I mean, that shouldn't be a thing. There should be no way that anybody should be able to, during the game, see something completely different than when after the game, everybody breaks it down and, oh, well, yeah, that actually was. I mean, the same thing with the Miles Jack thing, I'll never let anybody live that down, but it is what it is. Right.
And I think part of the issue is that the NFL executives don't want the referees to look bad. And therefore they're limiting, honestly, the type of abuse. Like the XFL found there's a way to do this properly. The XFL showed it. The XFL showed that you can actually use the review process as part of the game and invite people in the room. What they're doing right now when the refs look at stuff, they don't show what the refs are actually looking at, right? All you see is a ref looking inside basically a box. But the XFL did is they actually showed how the refs are looking at it and explaining what they're looking at and why they're looking at it. And I think the NFL has to be more open. This is not, this is not 2005. We all have iPhones. I know exactly what's going on every second of every day with Twitter. So they have to learn this. The NFL has to grow up and realize we're in 2023. I'm not going to forgive the refs, but I will say that 5 Point Vids did a great video on why a lot of this stuff happens. And yes, we have a lot of technology, but I give a lot of shit on the refs. But one thing to remember is the refs are older, right? They're going against these athletes that are in their 20s, best shape of their lives. And these are reps that, sometimes are in their 50s, trying to catch up.
Yeah, but at the same, that's also a part of being an NFL officiant. Like, you're supposed to be in shape. You're supposed to be able to keep up with it. I don't know. I just find it I'll say this last point and I'll jump off. I'm not on camera tonight or using my official mic because I'm busy, and I apologize, Matt and Cody only. But I'll make this last point. I find it very funny that the entirety of the NFL, Robert Griffin, the third, just tweeted about it earlier, but I find it ironic that the entirety of the NFL is just now mentioning how awful it's been, when now that it's at the expense of players and teams who do have higher markets, and when the smaller markets are doing better, all of a sudden, oh no, the refs are bad. They've been bad. We've been saying this. I don't understand why it's just now becoming a problem. with that, I yield to the gentleman. I hope you all have a great night. Go Jaguars.
Go Jags. Thanks for coming on, Sam. Man, it has been an issue. It's been an issue all season with the Jaguars, though. It's like every team that we beat or whatever. It's like there's some fucking excuse, dude. It's like with the Steelers, whatever was the refs. With the Bills, it was jet lag, and now it's the refs again or whatever. And it's like I hate to feel like a Patriot fan, but it's like win's a win, baby. I'm over here 8-3, like I'm chilling, like I'm good. You know what I mean? I don't care if the game like officiated terribly or whatever. You got to work ahead of that somehow. If your quarterback was as good if CJ Stroud was as good as Texas fans were saying he was, it should have been 50-0, despite the refs. You know what I mean?
I mean, as a Jags fan, I can say this, but I mean, I'll tell you this: when we lost against the Carolina Panthers, it was very easy for me to say we got outcoached because that's what happened. We got outcoached. Right. That was nothing to do with any refereeing or whatever. We literally got outcoached. They figured out what our tendencies were, and we didn't game plan enough to adjust, and so we fucking lost that game. So we shouldn't have lost the Panthers games, but we did. The Falcons game, we didn't get outcoached. We got outplayed. Their receivers were fucking great, and Desmond Ridder had a career day. We literally got outplayed. So when it comes to those losses, I'm not saying for those particular losses that I'm blaming refs all the time. Those losses, they exist because we either got outcoached or got outplayed. This particular loss, the reason why I'm going so heavy on saying it's refs is because it's not just one call. It's not two calls. It's not even three. It was 6 game-changing penalties, and that was a problem. If we had only one or two, I would shut up. I wouldn't even talk about it because that happens every single game. But 6 it's impossible. And it's not just me saying it, right? It's not just Texans fans saying it. And I understand how bad it might sound like Jackson. Like, we beat you. Yeah, I get it. And especially you wanted to because we whooped your ass the first time. So, of course, you want to beat us the second time. I get it. But the bottom line is it's impossible for Texans fans to say, yeah, you beat us fair and square when the refs really were playing ref ball. I mean, there's just no way to say it. I mean, I give you guys all the respect that I can. Obviously, I troll, like we're division rivals. I'm going to troll until the day I die. Don't expect that that's going to change, right? I'll go back to trolling Dia in 5 seconds from now. But the whole thing is when it comes to reality, when I'm not trolling, I'll give you guys respect. And I'll give you respect when you whip our ass. Like when you came in and to our home and you beat us 31-3, I didn't blame the refs. I mean, you guys beat the shit out of us. This time, it was the refs, man. I can't say anything more.
Yeah, I just don't feel like that because there was like bad calls, going both ways. I mean, it's like you can say that during this game or whatever because it was so close. And there's been Jags games or whatever this season, whatever that have been close to where people, all of a sudden the ref shit gets brought up. Like we know it's been terrible and it's been terrible for a long fucking time. This is the NFL and you got to rise above that, and your team didn't. I mean, that's at the end of the day. And when the Jags lose and it's something close like that, whatever, you'll hear say like, Miles Jack wasn't down, like, but that was during the AFC Championship game. You know what I mean? Like if it's during like a regular season, some shit, whatever, like it happens. Whatever. You just got to expect it at that point. I mean, because they're not going to fix it overnight, especially for us. You know what I mean? So like they don't give a shit about the Jags, and to the point where like all of a sudden like it's a big deal now that the Jags are winning. That pisses me off because it's like, oh, all of a sudden you don't care now. Like this has been going on for a long ass time, just like Sam has been saying. But,
all right, so I'll address 2 of the comments. The 12 men on the field, that's why we call a timeout. So because we had 12 men on the field, so that wasn't a penalty. We called a timeout to change that substitution. Admit that T-Law wasn't mid. Prior to that Titans game, T-Law was mid. After the Titans game and now the Titans and Houston game, he looks good. But prior to that Titans game, man, Justin Fields had more passing touchdowns than Trevor Lawrence. I mean, he was not looking great. He had 7 fumbles. I think at that point, 6 interceptions. He wasn't looking too great. I think he had a passer rating of right around 100 or less than 100 at that point. The last 2 games, he's looked really good. But you can't tell me that prior to that Titans game that he was looking anywhere where you expect him to be. You can't tell me you didn't have internal discussions saying, shouldn't Trevor Lawrence be performing a little better than this?
Yeah, the only thing that we said was, yep, the offensive coordinator or whatever. I think we got a Matt Canada type situation going on here. The only difference is like, Trevor Lawrence is way better than Kenny Pickett, so it looks better.
Also, I'll say real quick, just to talk about Trevor Lawrence's performance. I still think he's it. I'm not saying he's a generational talent, but I still think he's him. But I think we're not going to see the same stats that we'll see out of CJ Stroud or other teams that aren't as well-rounded. Unfortunately, right now, the Texans, they might have, Singletary might be an all right running back, but your offensive line is not going to allow him to be able to compete week in and week out. And so you're going to have to depend on CJ Stroud's arm more often than we're going to have to depend on Trevor Lawrence's arm. Travis Etienne is one of the top running backs in the league. There's no doubt about that. And so we can lean heavy on that. Also, we tend to outscore our opponents early and often. And so we don't need to throw the ball as often. Has Trevor made some errors? He has. He has, unfortunately, in each of his years, he's had a problem holding onto the ball. But also, I think a lot of it has another thing, like we had said, Press Taylor, the offensive coordinator, is calling the plays, and they're hot garbage. I think Cody could have gone in there and done a much better job. So that's just my thoughts on T-Law.
No, I mean, I just wanted to address, and if you want me to, I'll address the other comments here. Why do I block people? Man, if you're going to call me Aziz and Rajiz or make racist comments, yeah, I'm blocking you, man, especially if you're talking about my mother. If you're talking about my mother, you're making racist comments, you're getting blocked. Also, I use Twitter for lots of different things, and I usually get the push notifications. Troll me, fine, but I can't. 1,000 of them. I can't deal with them because I have to literally reply to actual fans of the show and other things. Like I use Twitter to promote my products and our show and obviously if you want to troll, that's fine. But I use Twitter for something. It's not just for trolling. So you want to troll me, fine, but it is what it is.
You got to take some sort of accountability there. Like you woke up that hive, like you knew that what you were doing. You had the intention to do that, and then when the backlash came on you, whatever, you were like, "Nope, I'm hitting the block," or like hitting lock replies or something like
why
that.
Why not? Why not?
What do you mean? Why not? Integrity. Stand on what you said.
Do you actually expect me to reply 6,000 times?
I don't expect you to reply, but you got to let it come in. You can't do that, man.
I have 6,000 notifications on my phone. I got 17 as I'm sitting here right now.
Oh my God, dude! People deal with that every day, man. There's celebrities that have millions of people, or whatever, on their
right, but they're not trying to build. They're not trying to build an audience. They already have an audience. I'm trying to. I engage with my audience probably more than most other people trying to build. Their following.
Then go on and sort it through, or whatever. But you can't wake up that hive or whatever of angry Jags fans and then just lock the replies just because. All of a sudden it's about notifications. You wanted those notifications. You wanted those notifications, though. You wanted those clicks. That's the whole reason you did it. Come on, man.
Not necessarily from Jags fans. I'm always going to hate on Jags fans. But just, you're a division rival. Titans, Colts, Jags, y'all suck. I'm going to make fun of you every single time. That's
it. Probably would have lasted like a week or two or whatever, and then it would have been back to normal. But don't try to skirt around it. Now you have a target on your back. I'm telling you. As soon as you open those replies, no matter when, they're coming.
Keep quote tweeting. It helps my revenue on Twitter. So go ahead, quote tweet all day long. That's fine.
And that's exactly what I'm talking about. That's exactly what I'm talking about right there. You wanted that.
I can't have the replies because I have to actually pay attention. Quote tweets don't come in, right? Replies come in on push notifications. So go ahead and quote tweet it, but. No, man, I got to actually reply to the fans of the show and shit like that. That's more important to me.
See the way that my phone's set up, I got push notifications and I got quote tweet notifications and come on, dude. This comment right here. It's sucker shit. Turn the replies off.
Tough shit.
Sucker shit, dude.
Oh no, you can't reply on Twitter. File a complaint.
I understand like your that position a little bit, but if you ask for it, receive it. It's knocking the door shall be open. Like that's how it works, dude. And you had pissed off a lot of people, whatever, that just wanted to vent a little bit, and just let them do that. Let them get it off. That's what I'm saying. Because it's going to happen regardless, is what I'm telling you.
Like I said before, you have a way of doing it with the quote tweeting. Go ahead. I'm only blocking people that go too far, right? Say that my team sucks. Fine. Fine.
Let me ask you this question or whatever. How hard would you be going in on me right now if the Jags would have lost? and I locked my replies and I started blocking folks. How
I
hard?
really wouldn't give a shit because that happens a lot.
Shit, dude, come on.
I really wouldn't. Do you
Bullshit.
honestly think I would care that much about whether you blocked your shit?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Really?
I do. Honestly, yeah.
I wouldn't have given two shits because I don't go after people. I go after fan bases, or like I don't go after individual people. I go after fan bases. When you see what I do normally, right? Like on Twitter, do I actually go after a particular person? No, I go after a fucking fan base. I don't care about the person.
I haven't like looked through your stuff, whatever, like a lot, and I haven't noticed that you do that. But it does get a tad a little bit personal, whatever. Once like it gets away from football at times. I'll say that.
I'm sure when I bring up the bat salt stuff, I'm sure people don't like that, you know. But at the end of the day, to me, anything that's not talking about family or racist shit is on the table. And like I said, I mean, I'm not target people. I'm not saying you look like this or something. Like I'm not targeting individuals. I target a fan base. And as long as you target a fan, I mean, listen, no one can be that soft to take everything seriously, right? If the memes are Jags eat their faces, right? What was it, Chris Jackson who said that? I can't even remember the saying, right?
Yes,
so like the meme,
going places, eating faces.
There you go. You know, the meme is that Jags take battles. I'm gonna say that. I mean, and by the way, Danica, I know that I live in Florida, and this is the other funny part. Everyone keeps saying you live in a state. I live in fucking Florida, you idiots. I live in Florida, and you're telling me that I must live in a state that I don't know this and this. I live here.
Jesus Bullshit. Post your address right now.
Oh, no.
Let's tell me the city because you don't live in Jacksonville. I can tell you that.
Listen,
no, definitely not. Thank God. No, I live in South Florida.
Listen, as a level-headed Jaguar spokesman, I will say, attacking VT is, you know, is his origin, his background, whatever. That's definitely not called for. Or somebody's. I mean, I guess you can go after somebody's intelligence once they've opened their mouth and proved their intelligence.
That's fine. Right? That's fine. Call me stupid.
But I definitely don't condone anybody going after VT and his, because not only is that's just not right. Also, like it just proves that individual doesn't have any leg to stand on, any argument, right? But I will say the smoke that VT is getting right now and has been getting a few days is definitely earned by VT because he brought it on himself you brought it on yourself after all the smack talk that you talked this past week. But everybody in the chat, you have to give him props. He's here on the Jaguar show in front of everybody taking it. So let him have it, right?
Yeah, right here.
Listen, I said I was going to be here. I'm here.
Yeah, we just want to talk.
We still got to win at the end of the day.
Being honest with the most part, I mean, there's people, you know, that slip through, you know, the cracks. I mean, it's the internet, dude. Like that shit happens, and it's like you just deal with it as it comes. And I applaud you for the way that you're dealing with it because it sucks.
That's been now we're mixing the Titans in here.
Yeah, I don't know what Mayo has to do with it, but okay.
Well, VT's there or Cody, you guys want to? This was y'all's bet. You guys,
it would have been a lot cooler if we would have had that argument and then you did the bet. I think if it was reversed, it would have been way better. But it's cool, man. I'm glad that you stood up and accepted that like a man, just like I would have. And
yeah, no problem, man.
Keep the hate going. Just open up the replies.
Replies ain't getting open. I'll tell you that. Not for a while. But yeah, I need to work. But other than that, guys, you guys have a great show, and hopefully continue what you're doing.
All right.
Thanks for coming on, VT.
All right. Later.
All right. That was good.
Yeah. Danica said lame. I feel the same.
I mean, listen, we everyone was saying what they wanted to say. You said what you wanted to say. We were at the point where he was just going to do circles. You know what I'm
saying? Yeah, that's what I felt like. I was like, you know, if I keep talking or whatever, it's just going to be the same old shit.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah. Idiot, what it is.
Don't worry, we got this. This will be recorded. We'll probably chop it all up.
This is why it's fun though. Like with the fan battle in general, it's like nowhere else could I have done this. You know what I mean? Like I didn't even know a Texans fan before I came, to be a part of this show and all this stuff. So, and the fact that I get to do this twice a year to the same guy, and we're gonna make more bets in the future or whatever, because so he's gonna be on an apology tour, twice a year. That's gonna be fun.
Bro, let's hope they make it to the playoffs and we meet them. And then we can do this all over again.
Yeah.
Cody, you are the star of the show.
I was just doing my best or whatever. Because we all know that shit's annoying. It's like, how are you going to ask for it, and then like once it finally happens, whatever, all of a sudden you're hired? Whatever. I believe this comment wholeheartedly. I believe he was blocking people just to block them. Because I know some people that I know, like, some Jags fans that he blocked or whatever, that wouldn't say a hateful word. So,
but you guys also have to understand what he said is right. Also with VT, he's trying to build a brand. So the smoke that he's building is also. No, I'm not trying to stick up for him. I'm saying you guys are doing him a favor when you're going in and creating all that.
Yeah.
That's what, like, so it's like, are you helping him or are you hurting him? Like it's if you know what I'm saying?
I mean, but there's people that deal with like tens of thousands of replies a day or whatever, and still whatever. Man, so who do we play? Oh, the Bengals. Monday Night Football.
Listen. I say we're gonna have a special. That's a Monday Night Football game. We'll have a show just to talk about that game.
Okay.
What do you think about that?
All right. So what are we doing with the rest of this one?
Well, let's hear what the people say. We've got a lot of people in the chat. Let's see what let's see their thoughts. What is everybody's? I'll start off with the first question. What do you guys? What? Just tell us your thoughts about the Houston Texans game.
So, my thoughts.
Jim Rome, he ain't. Bro, Jim Rome would have. I'd love to see Jim Rome going in on him.
Man, the overall game, whatever, the matchup meant a lot or whatever, and that's cool to have like meaningful games, because like I remember like back in the like Urban Meyer before that, and Doug Marrone and stuff like that, we were like, we just like that was the whole point. Like they would come in and tell us like we're gonna play meaningful games in December and stuff like that, and it's like we're playing meaningful games in November, dude.
Right.
Yeah, that was. All of a sudden it's fun. It's fun to be a Jags fan. All of a sudden it's like hype, which is crazy for me, because like every Jags game I watched, I was just chilling. I was just relaxing, And now all of a sudden, like I'm watching that game, whatever, my heart's palpitating. I think that's the word, right?
No draft talk, Danica. That's it. That's it right there, man. Because even last year, we probably were talking about the draft just because we were 3-7, I think, at that point in time. Should have been a lot. That was good, but our defense was ready for him.
I mean, the Calvin Ridley miscatch, again or whatever, and I thought that was going to symbolize like a downturn, because that's the first thing that happened when we met them in Jacksonville. So I was nervous about that or whatever. But yeah, man, like there was points that should have been on the board that weren't there. Like it should have been up to like I think I had it like 27, 28 to 13 at the half. And it just it was a lot closer like than it should have been. That INT, yes,
shouldn't have happened.
Like and to sit there and say like, oh, that was the refs, like they should have called it, whatever. They gave us. It looks like they gave us one back on the other end. And I don't understand. It was like the Texans got a free touch that night of the situation, and they're the ones blaming the refs, like jumping up and down. If they would have won, I swear to God, if the Texans would have won, these fans would have been saying like wouldn't have said a jack shit about the refs, dude. But all of a sudden it's like the Jags win, and here we are again, the same old song and dance that's been happening for so many games this season, and then they want to cry. Like,
and where's what their crying's getting them? looking like a bunch of sore losers sitting at third place in the division. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, really missed touchdown outscored with 1 second to go in the half. Oh yeah, that was crazy. A lot of people say they should have taken the 3 points, but I'm glad we went for it.
The missed TD, yeah, and then not scoring 1 second going into that. That was ETN on that. What was it? A screen again or whatever? Like they threw it to the outside, where they pitched it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the little flip. Yeah.
Yeah,
How do you fix the drops? Don't we still have the most in the NFL?
Press, you're killing me.
Yeah, dude, those drops.
I think the Chiefs are ahead of us now as far as most drops in the NFL, which is crazy.
Yeah, but the Chiefs wide receiver core is doo doo. Our guys are actually legit, so it's tough to see them dropping the balls.
Yeah, exactly.
They're about to lose to Denver. Listen, Denver's legit now, man.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure what they figured out there, but they're on the up and up.
Andy from Dunn and Drew, he said that the Broncos were on a Jacksonville 2022 run. And it looks like it. Yeah, it looks like the exact same thing, which is cool. Cool to see on the other side of.
Yeah, the misdirection toss.
Yeah.
Why throw on 3rd and 4th and short? Russ is cooking again. Yeah.
No, it's not Russ. It's Mr. Unlimited. Man, have you still not seen that video?
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
No.
Oh, come on.
Maybe. I don't know. Our wide receiver is way better than KC's. Yeah. So my thought about this past week is listen, it's a division game. The saying any given Sunday is full-heartedly about divisional games. I mean, how many years have we beaten the Colts when we had no reason beating the Colts just because we're in the division? And all the years that the Texans have had our number, even on our up years, like it's a division game. They're going to be close. You take the refs out of it, it probably still would have been close. It's just that's how division games go. But we did what we were supposed to do, and it's nice to see the Jags finally winning the games that they're supposed to win. Yeah, we lost to them in Jacksonville. Cody's talked about it before. There's some random curse or someone in the bayou somewhere with some doll doing something. I don't know, but that was early on the season. We're flowing now. Things are starting to click. We're on a roll now. So I think outside of this division game, we're good. Division games are almost always battle. Yeah, always.
There was a tweet that I wanted to. Somebody said send Brown Chubby Bear to hibernation. Oh my God!
Listen, my recommendation, y'all, keep VT. Just forget about the guy ever existed. His content, them clicks, man. He wants some clicks.
Quarterback said the Jags play. I lost the tweet, but I'm trying to see if I can find it again. But it's they're not good. Yeah, because like Burrows is out.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
We still have I'd say we have a tough schedule still. It's not as tough as what we thought it would have been. I kind of wish Joe Burrow would be playing because it's better to beat a team like that with their best pieces, you know. So that's kind of gonna suck, but.
So we got what was his Jake Browning is that's the quarterback for the Bengals? I can't remember. Anyway,
they're starting.
And then the Browns is DTR, and then Lamar Jackson for the Ravens or whatever, and then Baker Mayfield, Bryce Young, and then Will Levis. This is a historic run for the Jags, dude. I mean, and we beat Lamar Jackson last year, but Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens last year, but that it doesn't translate, it doesn't correlate over to the next year, of course,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm not as fearful of them as I once would have been, you know what I mean, because of that.
Yeah.
So I feel like all those games are extremely winnable. So where that puts that, like,
I said we're rolling, right? If we were to play the Chiefs again today, I said we would win. when we played them early on in the season going into the game, I thought we had a good chance, but if I were a betting man, I would have bet on the Chiefs. But today, we play any team today, even the 49ers, I think that was just a horrible intersection that we met the 49ers at. That would have been a tough out for anybody. But I think today the Jaguars could beat anybody on any field.
Josef Mejia says, hello, we Texans fans are still here. Laugh all you want now. Let's see who gets the last laugh. Go Texans. We just got the last laugh. I mean, if you meet us again in the playoffs or whatever, but, we don't know.
We didn't laugh. Sure thing. We didn't laugh at all about the Texans. They're just another team on the schedule. You aren't the Chiefs. You aren't the Bengals. The Bengals without Joe Burrow are better than you. You're not the Dolphins. You're not the 49ers. You're just another team on the schedule that we beat. That's all. And the amount of breath that we've spent on the Texans this week is nauseating. That's a team that doesn't deserve that much attention. Let's be honest. If we are who we think we are, which we are, why are we still talking about the lowly Texans?
And that's the end of the show.
I'm just saying. We are Road Warriors. Kind of sucks because apparently at home our kryptonite is the 904. Let's go, man. I like that. Who is Facebook user? Wait, did somebody actually name their child Facebook user?
Why does it do that?
They have to give StreamYard the permissions. Y'all still all talking though. Keep it coming. That's right.
Man.
That's right. We're talking from our perch from first place, looking down upon the third place Texans. It's Ammo, but it won't show my name. Okay. It's Ammo because he's part of the CIA. He can't let people know where he is at any given time.
What's up, Ammo at Ammo Jags? Everybody go follow him on Twitter, man. He's good people. He shows up and talks shit with the best of them. So yeah, he's a good guy and a extreme supporter of the Jags, just like us. So I'll go check him out.
So on my side, at least to wrap it up for this past week, I liked what I saw. I think our offense, like I said, they were clicking. The drops were super frustrating, but I think that's something that, we'll figure that out as the season goes on. It was nice to see Tank Bixby not throw an interception to the other team. That's positive right there. I liked our special teams play. All around, I was pretty happy with our team and the coaching staff and their decisions that they made, especially that I know not everybody would have been excited about that aggressive play call at the first for end of the first half, but I liked it because that's Doug Peterson. Like Doug Peterson's the one that says 4th and 7, we're going for it, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the Doug Peterson that got us to win so many games last year. Not the guy this early season who was calling these clown calls, and we all know that wasn't him. That was somebody else. But I feel like this was a good turning point game, especially like Cody you had said in the beginning. It was nice to get that bleh taste out of our mouth after the 49ers game. So let's hope what happened this week is the catalyst of more to come, right? Which I think it is. Cody, any final thoughts for you for this last game?
Yeah. So this guy's Theo White said McManus's money, man. The kicker and the punter Logan Cook, like I keep forgetting they're like the best in the business. Like we don't have to deal with that. I watch some other teams on like Thursday Night Football, Monday Night Football, and stuff like that, whatever, and they try these kickers out missing. Can you imagine that? You try to kick her out and the game's on the line and it doinks. That sucks, dude. That would suck so bad. I would cry myself to sleep if that happened to my team. That would be terrible. Anyway, so yeah, thank God we got people like McMoney Manis back there, putting it through the uprights, sailing it all the way through that bad boy. And we got people like Logan Cook, just putting it right out at the one, backing him up. That's cool to see because you keep forgetting that because it's like, oh, the offense and the defense, whatever, like so good and all this stuff, whatever. Like you don't even have to worry about special teams. It's like everything's just taken care of, which is super nice to say, man, because it sucks for other teams. Really does suck. Ain't that right? The other thing that I wanted to say was actually I forgot. Go ahead.
I just wanted to share something that I think the whole world deserves to see. You ready?
Yeah.
You ready, Cody?
Oh, you're gonna show my hype video?
Yeah, man.
Oh, the one that I
Okay,
made? Yeah.
I don't care if YouTube takes us down. You ready?
Okay. Yep, go ahead.
Remix. Let's go. Every time I go out, you know I got to show out. Every time I go out, you know I got to show out.
Smoke some,
Every time I
bitch.
go out, you know I got to show out.
Rest in peace, Pimp C.
You know I got to show out.
Light green, northern lights, getting sucked in the midnight. Blue jag, white rag, candy car, kryptonite. I be pro and I keep these bitches hoeing on a date. Straight up, pimp, if you want some, you can find me in the H. Time, Bobby by the pine. With that by the key and bitch, my dick was never free. Didn't know if I want to rap or sell coke. Cause niggas like me ain't never broke. I traded in my pirate for a shiny Rolex. The bitches won't sick, but all I'm fucking with is chicks. I'm smoking out, going up, whipping my beer. Took out the airbag, put in a wood wheel.
Every time I go out, you know I got to show out. Every time I go out, you know I got to show out. Every time I go out, you know I got to show out. Every time I go out, you know I got to show out.
Let's go show out and show out. Let's show up and show out, y'all. Let's do it.
Find a way home.
Hey, Jags on me, Jags on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Jags.
Mm.
That was sweet.
Y'all, that was done by our man over here, Cody Cole. He put together that awesome hype video.
Thank you.
It was awesome.
No more hand claps, please. Thank you.
Yo, and I know we brought it up before, but how about that visor and helmet that Josh Allen has, dude?
Yes. Every time I
What the
see that, dude, like it's like the aura. That's the word that keeps coming back. The aura of Josh Allen is insane, dude. He just
Bro, it's
like I was listening to a podcast or whatever. It was like NBA players don't respect you if you don't look like an NBA player. Josh Allen looks like a football player, dude.
yes.
Yeah, you could just see him from afar. Like that dude plays football.
You know, I wish it was a contract year every year for that guy. But anyways, you know, my final thoughts are, guys, appreciate you hanging out with us. Cody's gonna say something last, but check us out, fanbattlesports.com. We'll have some content up there, some articles. You can read up on other teams in the division and see how sorry they are if you want to. Also, really important news. Please go to our YouTube. If you're not already subscribed to it, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Like, share, subscribe. We have a giveaway going on. Once we hit to 100 subscribers, I'm going to be giving away an autographed card of Travis Etienne. And then once we hit 1,000 subscribers, I'm giving away a signed jersey from Trevon Walker. So, and in between, you know, once we hit other milestones, 250, 500, whatever, I'll give some other signed memorabilia away as well. But we really appreciate you guys hanging out with us tonight. We're going to do another show. We haven't figured out the date yet, but we'll put that out on Twitter and the universe later this week, where we're going to talk about the upcoming Monday Night Football game. Even though it's without Burrow, I still feel like with us hosting a Monday Night Football game, it's important for us to make a special show about it. So, Cody,
I wanted to say this. This is important. There's like a thing that they're going to do. If you're going to the game, there's a thing that they're going to do with the phones where you got to like download this app and it links up and it's going to like change colors or whatever, like in the stands as the game's going on. I think that's really cool if it works. But I don't think that they're getting the word out good enough, whatever, right now. So I think a lot of people are going to be surprised when they walk into the stadium, whatever, and then find out that exists. But I'm telling you now, so you could like have it already on your phone if you're going there. Show up and show out. I unfortunately can't, whatever, going through like personal things. But yeah, follow us at Jags Fan Battle on Twitter and at Cody Cold Day or Cody Cold Gaming on Twitter. So yeah, man, y'all have a good one. And go Jags and fuck the Texans, dude.